Hey sub family, welcome back to another video guys. So today we got the 2005 Kia Spectra EX and I'm going to be showing you guys how to install an aftermarket radio in the 2005 Kia Spectra EX guys. So let's get straight to the video. So I have the dual touchscreen radio right here and this is what I'm going to be installing in the 2005 Kia Spectra EX guys. And as you guys can see, it looks really nice. It comes with a screen protector. I'm just going to show you around the radio, just like that. And guys, I'm also going to connect a universal backup camera, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. It's very simple. It's not hard. It gives you directions and it shows you how. And you also want to go ahead and pick you up some splice connectors, and these are what we're going to be using to connect the wiring harnesses together. And this is the aftermarket wiring harness for the Kia Spectra, guys. So that's what it looks like. And then this is the wiring harness for the dual radio, guys. So I'm going to show you how to use these splice connectors. If you don't know how to use them, I will show you how to use them. Basically, I got one done right here. You just put both ends, you bend it down a little bit, you put one end in, and you take your wire cutters here and you crimp that down just like that on one side, and you crimp it down like that on the other side. I'll show you guys how to do that on one. So for the red one, this is the ACC 12 volt power supply. So you're going to kind of go ahead and match that with the side that says ignition switch 12 volt. And that's what it should be for that. And it'll show you on the wire itself. And then you want to go ahead. This is the power antenna. So you want to go ahead over here and try to find power antenna. And as you guys can see that right there, that's power antenna. And then you want to go ahead and take the end of that piece of wire off there, wire insulation. And then you're going to go ahead and just bend it down like that, guys. And then you're going to go ahead and take the splice connector and make sure you push it in all the way, guys. And if there's any hanging out, you just want to go ahead and just bend it up like that. It's fine if you kind of like bunch them up together, guys. It'll still work the same. And you just want to push it in there and make sure it's snug. Take your wire cutters and use the crimp side and go ahead and just crimp that down just like this. And then you just want to snug on it and just make sure they're in there and they're not coming out. And just look down the hole. Just make sure that's all in there like that, guys. And that wire's connected. I just wanted to show you guys how to connect those wires right there, but I'm going to connect each and every individual one and show you exactly which ones to connect to each other. But like I said, this is the power antenna, and on this wire, on the insulation, it says power antenna right there, guys. And on this one, this is the ACC 12 volt ignition power supply, and it's going to say ignition right there. And it's going to say 12 volt right there. But now I'm just going to go into the next one, and we're going to go ahead and just do the battery one here, guys. So when you take that wire insulation off right there, you just want to bend it down like this, guys. And just push it in there. If this one don't work, you might have to get a bigger splice connector. You want to go ahead over on your aftermarket harness, and you want to look for something that says battery constant, as you can see right there. If you can't see it, it's the yellow wire and it says battery constant on it, and you want to go ahead and connect that to the battery on the dual radio harness here. So after you take the insulation off here, guys, you want to go ahead and just twist it like that. Just kind of trim the tip off here and then just twist it some more. And I'm doing this so it can fit in the connector. Then you want to go ahead and just push in the connector like that, guys. You want to go ahead and make sure it's in there before you crimp it. Then you want to go ahead and take your crimp tool and just crimp that down like that. Then you want to go ahead over here to the factory wiring harness, and you want to go ahead and take the battery constant wire. Just bend it at the tip slightly, guys. Take your crimp tool and just crimp it down just like that, guys. And you want to snuggle on both sides to make sure they don't come out. And if they do come out, guys, it's okay. I'm going to show you how to fix that. I did this on purpose so you guys can know if it comes out, you just take it out like that. Then you want to go ahead and just cut that piece off, just like that. Then you want to strip the wire back, just like that, guys. Then you want to go ahead and grab a new splice connector and just repeat the same process. Always make sure you come down a little bit. You never want to go up here. Like I said, I just did that one so you guys can see that if you mess up, it's possible just to go back and redo it if you mess up. And as you guys can see, as I'm pulling, nothing's coming out. So that's that one connected. And let's get on to the next one. I just showed you how to do the battery one. I just connected the illumination one. So basically, you're going to go over here and you're going to see illumination. And then you're going to go over here and then you're going to find illumination on here. And it will say right there, light illumination. If you guys can't see it, it's the orange, dark orange cable. And it connects to the light orange cable, guys. I just went ahead and connected all of them and put splice connectors on all of them, guys. I'm going to show you where each and every individual one goes, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and start with these white ones down here. So this is the front speaker negative. And as you can see right there, there's a negative sign. And you'll see a black line going through the white. And on the front positive, as you guys can see right there, it's a little plus sign on the end. That will be a solid white cable. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the gray now. So it's pretty much the same thing, guys. For a negative, you're going to see a line through the cable, a black line. And then on the positive gray one, you will see a solid gray cable. And we're going to move on to the purple. It's pretty much the same thing with that, guys. For the positive, you're going to see a solid cable. And then for the negative, you're going to see a black line through the cable. And then we're going to go ahead and flip this around. We're going to move on to this blue one now. So this is the power antenna, a solid blue cable all the way through that connects to each other. There's no line or anything through that cable. The cables pretty much match. And then let's see. Okay, so we're going to go to these green ones because I didn't show you guys the green ones. So for the rear speaker, this is positive, and as you guys can see, that's a solid green cable there. And then for the negative, it has a black line through it. So just remember that, guys. And I showed you all the other cables previously, so you know, if you need to rewind the video, you can, and just look at the other cables that I connected, and that will tell you where you need to put them and stuff like that. But with these extra ones, I just put these splice connectors on the tips of them because these are not going to be used. So I'm going to tell you the ones that are not going to be used. So this pink one, it's remote turn on. You're not going to need that. For the brake, actually, sorry guys, the blue one right here is remote turn on. So you're not going to need that blue one right there. And then the pink one is going to be brake. So you're not going to need that cable there either. And then we're going to go over here to this orange cable, and that's reverse. You're not going to need that either, guys. And then this big cable up here, of course, you're not going to need that either. And also over here, this is just a dimmer wire, and you're not going to use that. So you can just go ahead and put a splice connector on the end of that and just, yeah, you know, that's pretty much not going to be usable. So yeah, just like that, guys, and you know, it'll be good. And after this, it's pretty much plug and play. And if I put tape around it, electrical tape, I'll show you guys what that looks like. I'll probably put some zip ties as well to hold it together like I did up here. Guys, after that, it's pretty much plug and play, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, everything is there. You know, it's done for you. I just wanted to show you guys how to do that and what you need to do and how you need to connect it, because unfortunately some people don't show you this specific thing, and I think they should if they're installing a radio and a video for you guys. But I'm going to do that because I always go to high depths on everything I do, guys, for you. So I'm definitely going to make sure you get every inch of the content. And let me show you what the adapter looks like so you won't get the wrong one. It pretty much looks like that. I tried to find a video that, you know, could kind of show the adapter, somebody showing it, but they never did. So I'm going to show you guys that it looks like that. And that's pretty much all, guys. And actually, guys, I'm not going to put this universal backup camera in because, you know, I had a friend that had one of these and it pretty much just broke. And yeah, it's just worthless and it's not good to put on your car. I mean, it's going to either go out because of the elements or, you know, just cut out and break. I mean, I wouldn't put it on there. I'm just going to go ahead and give this to another friend or somebody who needs it. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm finally done with the wiring harness and it looks good, guys. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, I just put some electrical tape around it and that's what it looks like. I just put it there to protect it, and I just use this electrical tape. It's actually cold resistant and flame resistant. You might want to look for this type of electrical tape because this is really good to put on wires and stuff like that because it does get pretty cold in your car. I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like, and you know, you don't have to do a perfect job. Just, you know, make sure they're protected just like that. So this is the Metra dash installation kit here. And I just want to show you some things in the instruction manual here, guys. So this will be for the 2002 to 2006 Kia Spectra. And it also comes with a DIN trim plate. And it also comes with DIN brackets, guys. And also down here, it'll show you the tools required, which will be a Phillips screwdriver and a small flat blade screwdriver, guys, which is considered a flathead, I suppose, guys. And so we're going to flip on to the other parts that I highlighted. Right here, guys, it just shows you how to disassemble everything. And it'll show you step by step, 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to move on to the other steps I highlighted here. So this is the tab removal instructions. So it says up here at the top, you will need to cut and remove the tabs according to the chart referring to the diagram below. And this is the diagram in the middle, guys. And we're going to just move down here, and I highlighted 2004 to 2006. Kia Spectra will use the tabs marked by the number 1 on the brackets. And over here, this just shows you some things. It's the double din head unit provision there. And also right here to tell you some things. If you want to know them type of things, guys, then you go ahead and just read that for yourself. You pause the video and just read that. That's not important because I'm about to show you. But let me put this to the side. Now, I can tell you guys that it does not come with any screws. The head unit itself should come with screws, and it came with a bunch of screws right here, guys, which is really good. The dual head unit, guys. So this is the bracket. This is the frame, and these are the actual brackets, guys. And they're marked 1, 2, and 3. So the ones we have to cut off here, guys, is the 3, the 2, and we're going to leave the 1. And let me show you from this angle. So right here is the 2 brackets that you're going to cut off, and you're going to leave this back one, the longest one, guys. So I do want to mention, I don't think you guys should cut it until you actually are ready to install this. And I'm going to show you exactly where to cut this because, you know, there's no real explanations showing where to cut this in the instruction manual or online. So I'm just going to go off based on what I'm going to figure out and stuff like that. But guys, I just wanted to show you that with the bracket and give you an understanding of what you need to do and how it needs to be done. But let's get to installing the bracket on the aftermarket radio. Now I'm going to install the trim plate. And what you want to do is just pop it on just like that. And I also want to tell you guys something. These are marked on the back of them, the actual brackets, right and left with an L. So just remember that. So we're going to go ahead and put the right one on, which this would be the right side. You just want to take it, pop it up in there like that, guys, and then push it back. And then after you do that, you're going to take the screws here that came with your head unit, and you're going to use the ones that are like this. They come with 2. These are like more flat screws like that, guys. We're going to go ahead and just try these. I'm just going to start with this guy here. That's 1 screwed in. So we just did this screw. Now we're going to move on to this one up here. Just want to go ahead and tighten that in there like that. So after you get 2 screws on this side, guys, you want to go ahead and move to this side. And this is the left side, as you can see right there, guys. And all you do is go ahead and slide these tabs like that under here. And they'll snap right in place like that, guys. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and grab 1 screw right now. And then you want to grab your next screw. And we're going to go ahead and tighten that one in place, guys. Just like that, guys. And after you're done, you want to go ahead and put the other screws in place, and I'll show you where to put them. But I'm going to go ahead and screw them in on each side and then show you after I'm done. So I installed every screw, and you want to make sure you install them exactly like this, guys. There's about 8 screws in total. So that's how many you should have. Now, like I said, the flat screws right here, we're not going to use those. But if you want to, you can. I just think that these are better to use, in my opinion, guys. And then over on the other side, as you can see, they all match up the same. And you just want to put them in exactly like I'm showing you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, guys. And that's all you need to screw this bracket in place, guys. And now we're going to just lay this down. And as you can see up here, it says remove these 2 screws before installation. So we're going to go ahead and just remove those 2. because they're not important, guys. So just don't forget to remove those. And you can actually screw them out by hand, just like that. And then there's one screw back here that you need to remove. And usually, guys, this will have a black tab on it, but I tore the black tab off. So just remove that screw so it won't interfere with your installation. Just like that, guys. And that's all you need to do to the head unit. Now it's ready for installation, guys. So now I'm in the 2005 Kia Spectra EX, and we're going to remove the factory car stereo. The first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and remove everything from the surrounding area that might get in your way, guys. Even down here, we're going to go ahead and remove this stuff. And then you want to go ahead and take your dash removal tool, guys, and put it towards the edge like this. And just pry up like that, guys. And that's all you need to do. And then you can go ahead and pull it out the rest of the way, just like so, guys. And then it will pop straight out of them clips like that. Now we're in the back part near these connectors, and you want to go ahead and just remove them, just like this, guys. This little connector in the back that has the blue on it, this one's a little hard and tricky to get out if you don't know how to get it out, which I'm going to show you how. So what you want to do, instead of pushing down and pulling out, what you want to do is push forward. And then once you push it forward, then you press on the top tab. And when you press down, guys, you want to go ahead and press it down and then pull it straight out just like that, guys. And remember, like I said, push it forward, press down, and pull out. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this one right here. Just want to press down on the tab over here and pull it straight out like that, guys. And there's an extra step right here, guys, but I'm not going to show you guys that because this is just Sirius XM radio that I'm just going to disconnect. That's not going to be on yours. But you want to come up here and remove this connector just like that. And then there's one in the middle. So there's going to be a tab right here and a tab up at the top in the back right here. It's all going to be all the way back here and there. And what you want to do is take both of your fingers, push on them like that, and push this little piece through. This is the button to your hazard lights, and then you're going to be presented with this green connector here. So after you have that out like that, somebody broke the little piece right here where you press down and pull it out. So I'm going to have to just press down on this piece, just like this, guys. And when you press down, you pull just like that. Once you have your hazard button removed, you want to go ahead and lay that to the side and then go ahead and pull this whole piece out just like that. Now we're finally presented with the factory stereo right here, and there's only 4 screws holding this stereo in. And you just want to go ahead and grab a regular screwdriver like this, guys, and we're going to go ahead and remove each screw. That's 2. And then we got these last 2, guys. And they're a little hard to grab out towards the bottom, but you can manage to get your hand in there. But now we're going to go ahead and pull the factory stereo out of the place here. And as you guys see, we're presented with the back. And all you want to do is go ahead and just remove this connector. Just press down and pull out just like that, guys. And then you're going to go ahead and remove this antenna. Just like that. I think this is the antenna one, guys. But after you remove those 2, Now the factory stereo is now removed, and that's all you need to do. You can now put another aftermarket stereo, or if you need to repair anything back here, you can also repair something back here or put a new radio in there if you want to, guys. It's pretty much self-explanatory. How I showed you to take it off is how you're going to put it back on as well, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a splice connector on the end of this. Now I do want to tell you guys, I put a splice connector right here and I extended the wire. I just put another wire on here and extended it. And this is marine grade wire, so it's really good wire. You guys can just use regular copper wire if you have that laying around. But pretty much this is a splice connector, and you can just put a bolt in there. We're going to pop it right up into that bracket just like that. And that's going to create the ground connection just like that, guys. And it will stick up in there. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how that looks. So I'm going to just show you how to put that splice connector in there. So I just bent the wire down. You just want to put it in here like this, guys. And then take your crimp tool and make sure you crimp it down. Real snug, guys. Just like that. And that's how you want to do it. Now I'm going to put this splice connector on that bare piece of metal back there, that bracket that I showed you. So what you want to do is you want to take it and just bend it slightly like that. And after you do that, you want to go ahead and take your screw, put it on there, and then take it and put it towards the back. And just screw it in that bracket I told you guys to screw it in. Make sure you straighten it up just a bit. And that's how you connect your ground connection right there, guys. Now that you connected that ground to that bracket back there, that metal one, and that's exactly how you want to do it, because this will allow the radio to turn on. If it don't have a good ground, it won't turn on. Just remember that. And now it's time for the grand finale. Before we put everything else to it, you want to go and turn on the vehicle and see if it cuts on. And guys, look at that. It cut on real nice and perfect, and it's ready to go. Look at that, guys. Now see, now just don't forget that ground is important. So make sure that's connected to a bare piece of metal, and don't try to connect it to anything on this stereo system because it will not work. This has a coating of paint on it, guys. So I just want you guys to know that. But let's move on to the next step. Now you want to go ahead and remove this connector from the radio, just like that, guys. And now we're going to go ahead and cut these brackets off of here. And I told you guys that these brackets right here, you will have to remove, and you got to leave this number 1 bracket back here. So let me show you what I meant. And I'm just going to push this stuff back here, just like this, and just push it in there just to show you. As you guys can see, the only thing that you need is those brackets back there. So let's go ahead and cut these things off. And I'm going to use my Dremel because it's much more efficient. So we're going to turn it this way. And then we're going to just put it back up in here and just look at what we've done so far. And that's the other side. Let me go ahead and cut these out off the other side here. And guys, that's how you cut it off. I just wanted to show you how to do that, but that's pretty much all you need to do right there. So I just showed you how to cut the brackets off that you didn't need, and that was 2 and 3. Now we're going to go ahead and install the connector. And you just want to snug on it and make sure it's in there. And then after that, you want to go ahead, and this is the antenna, guys. So you want to go ahead and connect that into here, just like that. And that's all you need to do right there, guys. So there's a little thing back here. I think it's like a ground. I don't really know what it goes to, but I'm just going to take this screw up off of here and put it right here. But it's for this connector here. So I'm just going to take that from here and put it on there. And I'm just going to show you guys how to do that. You're not going to need this old screw. So just put that down there. Then we're going to lay that down and see this little connector piece here, guys. I bent this little nudge back. There's a little nudge on there, and I bent it back with some pliers. And then you want to go ahead take that little screw off of there like that, guys. Put it right down in there. And just screw it in place. Just make sure it's at an angle. Tighten it down real tight too, guys. Just like that. And now it's connected. And now I'm going to show you that this little connector here can be pushed on just like that. And now that's connected, guys. And I showed you how to connect this connector and the antenna right there. So that's all you need to connect. And now I'm going to show you guys how to push it back. So now we're going to go ahead and just push the aftermarket stereo back in place, guys. Want to tuck these wires down in there like that. Now I'm going to install all 4 screws on each side. So we're going to start with the first one here. And you kind of have to push the head unit over a little bit so it can catch the prongs. Just like that. That's one. Now we're going to do the bottom one. And don't tighten them all the way down, guys, because you need to adjust the bracket here. And now let's move on to the third one. Okay, now the final one, and this is the fourth one. And guys, that's all you need to do to all 4 screws on each side, as you can see right here. And now, after that, all you need to do is take your face right here and connect all the connectors back. The same way I took them off is the same way you connect them back. And I'm going to go ahead and connect all these connectors, and I'll show you. So we're at the back here. I'm just going to give you an idea on how to connect all the connectors back if you don't know how to. So the first one, you want to go with this blue one here and just connect that one back. And then after that one, you want to go down here and connect this big connector. And that one just clipped in there. Then you want to go ahead and connect this little connector. And then that one snapped in place. Then you got this other little connector, guys. And all you want to do, and then push that connector right in there like that. And then after that, guys, you got these 2 connectors up here. Push this back through here. So you got this green connector, and that goes to your hazards. So we're going to go ahead and grab this button here. First, let me lay that button down for 1 second. We're going to go ahead and connect this connector real quick. And it goes like this, right there, and it clipped right in, guys. And then for the last one, the green connector here, I want to go ahead and take that one and put it through the middle. Just like this, guys. And then it comes straight through there. And go ahead and get your hazard button and then put the connector right in there like that, guys. And then after that, I want to go ahead and just push that right in place like that. Make sure your hazards work. And then that's how you install all the connectors. So I'm going to go ahead and push this in. I just wanted to tell you, you know, I have my cable running down here from my Garmin up here, and it runs up to there just like that. I just got it hidden behind this bezel here. But we're going to go ahead and push this in, and just make sure you have this bezel at a tilt for these vent pipes back here. It needs to be at a tilt when you push it in. So we're going to go ahead and just push that in now. Make sure that. That's all you need to do to your bezel. You just need to push it in place. This dash kit is a little bit back, and this is how this one is made. It's just not going to come up all the way. I don't think there's any other dash kit that you can buy to fit this flush up here, but I'm going to try to find one, and then I'll redo this and put another bezel in here and make this come up a little bit more. But don't worry if you buy this specific Metra kit, because that's pretty much the only one that you can find for the 2005 Kia Spectra to 2006. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much how it looks. I know you got a little gap, but it don't bother me at all. Everything functions properly, but I'll eventually fix this gap right here. So as you can see, the dual head unit is installed. I absolutely love the way it looks. And I can tell you guys what I did here. So I took the bezel that goes on the dual head unit here, and I just cut it off right there. And then I sanded down here and put some super glue on the ends and just stuck this in here just like that, just to hide that gap. And it looks very nice, guys. I do recommend you doing that. If you can only find this dash kit here, guys, I recommend you to put that little bezel piece right here, and that's going to work out great for you guys. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what it looks like, and it works very well. You know, the radio works great. I like it. Everything works great. The Bluetooth, you can watch movies on it, and also you got the SD card. You can put that in here, and it got a little mic right there. That's where you put the movies in. But yeah, guys, that's the installation of the dual head unit for the 2005 Kia Spectra, and I hope you guys like that video. Okay, guys, so I hope you liked the video on how to install an aftermarket radio in the 2005 Kia Spectra EX, guys. And if you could, I appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe. And I just want to let you guys know, Jesus is King. God bless you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.